Alright, you guys, I am in the kitchen, I am cooking, and I didn't have to tell Bubba to stay out of the kitchen and to lay down. That is just something that a really good dog will do for their peaceful alpha. I did, at one point, give him the forbidden eye contact angle. And this would have been, well, when he was a puppy at the edge here. When he was crossing that edge when I was cooking, and I gave him the forbidden angle and I created contrast like 2 times when he was a puppy. And if you want to understand this system so that you can, you know, prepare your food and cook and have a dog that respects you, I'm going to explain it to you right now. So there's 5 components to the system. The first component is, guys, dogs talk, they use calming signals. Let's honor that system. Come in at the baseline and always be operating in a trust technique angle where your back is in a side body to your dog. If you're going to move past your dog, give them calming signals. This is just standard operating procedure. This is how animals operate. And if you want to have the kind of respect that Bubba offers me, start to tune into that. The second is honor the forbidden angle. The forbidden angle is something that is used by alphas to create contrast. Do it only on purpose. And point 3 is there are 4 calming signals that move on a string. I call them the sequence of surrendering. Standing still in a side body is a calming signal, but when the movement shifts into sitting down, that is a deeper calming signal, and when it shifts from sitting down into laying down, something is being communicated about the state of the dog's body. So standing, sitting, laying down with the head up, and then finally when they put their chin down, that is another calming signal. So all of these positions are indicators, and they move on a string. They indicate what the dog's mind, body, emotional state is. So when they're laying down with their chin down, they are in a zenned out state. And so there's some clues that move, there's some clues that are revealed to you from that position. So I call this a stage 3 where he's got his body down, but his head is up. So if something were to happen, he could pounce forward. And if he were sitting down and something were to happen, he would be able to pounce forward more quickly. And if he were standing up and something were to trigger him, he would be on top of that even more quickly. So that's something that is really clever to notice and incorporate in your training. First is honor the calming signals. Second is honor the forbidden angle like a peaceful alpha would. Third is appreciate this sequence of surrendering. And then now 4 and 5 are going to be use the forbidden angle like an alpha would with respect to resources, that's the 4th point, and territory. That's the 5th point. Okay, so I just sat down to eat. I've been eating for about 5 minutes. Bubba is in what I'm going to call stage 4 of sequence surrendering. He's got his belly down, his throat down. He is aware that I've got his food here, but he's being so respectful for it. I'm in the side body position, and I'm going to talk to you about points 4 and 5 of the system. Point 4 is, it is very alpha to use the forbidden angle to claim resources. Resources could be food, it could be toys, it could be anything that the dog has value over. And there is, think of having a confrontation without actually having the confrontation. You square up, you make the eye contact, you move forward, and whoever makes the calming signal first, basically they're the beta. And so that's part of the system. And then the 5th part is using the forbidden angle to keep the territory safe. These are points 4 and 5, controlling the resources, controlling the territory, controlling the flow of the resources, and controlling the safety of the territory. These are alpha things. So when you are able to tune into your dog's body language and be in a trust technique calming signal position 99% of the time, and you have to be conscious to do this. And when you're attuned to their body language of the sequence of surrendering, you get a lot of information. You already have an amazing relationship going with your dog. But when you establish boundaries over anything that is a resource or a value, and when you show your dog that you've got the territory claim, for example, somebody rings on your doorbell, automatically the door zone becomes a resource, and you can use the forbidden angle to drive your dog back, go into a confrontational posture, sequence of postures. So I do videos on this stuff all the time, but I wanted to bring it all together for you guys and show you so that you don't have to do obedience work around simple things like cooking and eating and cleaning. You can literally just talk to your dog. So I hope you guys find that interesting.